And almost people are waiting for 5 o'clock. They're like, why is Roma starting earlier? Yeah. Jones, how are you? Welcome, welcome. We're just waiting another minute and we'll get started. We'll talk a little bit about where we are on our sprint, our development sprint. We'll talk a little bit about the roadmap and some of the increments that are coming. And, of course, if you have any questions, feedback, ideas, good and bad, this is a place where you can ask them away. And I'll do my best to answer them. If I don't have the answer, I'll let you know. And if I don't have the increment that you're asking for, I'll let you know as well. And I'll promise you that we'll consider it, right? I see Axel in the house. What's up, Axel? With that clean look. I'm gonna put him in the spot. If you didn't know, Axel is our lead Android developer. He's been with Fanbase since the inception of Android. That came a very, very long way, and he leads our Android team. And if you didn't know, the Android team started having exclusive audio rooms where they have a daily. So all the development teams and Fanbase, they have dailies. Every day they meet, they talk about their status, and Axel and the Android team are going to have their meeting, or they're having their meetings, weekly meetings on Fanbase Audio as an exclusive. So if you want to follow him and you ever want to see what they're talking about, Axel, are you guys speaking Spanish, English? I don't know, but I thought it was very cool that we started using Fanbase Audio for our development conversations as well. All right, let's get started, guys. We'll wait until other people. I started earlier today. I'm traveling, so I apologize if you're expecting to join at 5 and you did it earlier. I will have to drop earlier as I'm boarding the airplane, but I still wanted to be here to tell you a little bit of where we are, what are we doing. We are finalizing. Actually, we finalized Sprint 91 yesterday. We started Sprint 92 today. In Sprint 91, we have one big functionality that we're going to be releasing tomorrow. I know that usually we do the releases on every other Wednesdays, but this time, because it's a release that does not require an App Store approval, we're going to be doing it on a Friday morning. And the exciting news is that we worked very hard on revamping our TikTok and Instagram migrator. We've been working with it for some time. I know a lot of you have done your migrations when you came from other social media, but with growth, we also had some pain points. We had a lot of people requesting migrations from TikTok. And when you grow, sometimes you need to restructure things, and that's exactly what we did. So starting tomorrow, if you haven't done it, I recommend you go ahead and migrate from Instagram and TikTok. Not only is going to be a quicker process, it's going to be a smooth process, but you're also going to be alerted along the way. So when the migration starts and when the migration ends, even if you have your app closed, the system will let you know. So we're excited because guess what? We're starting to Senate and the president passed the law. So, again, we don't know what's going to happen. If, there will be selling to a U.S. soul-based company, or there will be shutting down in the United States. But we're ready, and we encourage, all the users and creators in TikTok to find a new home in Fanbase. I know we have obviously a lot of other things we want to bring to the Flix functionality, which is our short-form video editing vertical, but definitely want to make it super, super simple for them to bring over all their content. You will be able to bring up to 1,000 pieces of content, again, from both TikTok and Instagram, and that's going to be released tomorrow morning, okay? So if you haven't done it so far, I encourage you to do it. I think it's a great way to not have to start from scratch. We always say that one of the daunting tasks for any creator that they've been putting a lot of effort in other social media is like, man, I don't want to go into another social media and have to create everything again. Or, well, we make that very, very simple and we migrate everything for you. And that's exactly what we do, all right? So that's coming tomorrow. With that said, let's talk a little bit about Sprint 92 that we started today. We have 2 weeks development sprint cycles, and what's coming next as far as release is the new live feed. For those that have been around for a while, we have a central feed, which is the one that you guys have when you follow someone. But also we have feed per vertical. So you have a Flix feed, you have a Fanbase Plus feed. Well, the one vertical that we never had it, and we knew that we wanted to give more exposure to, is the live vertical. So starting in a couple of weeks, you will be able to have a live feed. So you're going to be able to view the lives from anyone in Fanbase. Right now, anytime you go live, it obviously lets all your followers know about you going live. But starting soon, we're going to go beyond that, and you're going to have more exposure, more visibility. And with that, we're also going to be bringing new increments to live. I know some of you have been asking for multi-live functionality. I will say we have one monetization functionality that is coming this quarter for live. So get excited. If you're someone that monetizes in live, you're going to love this new functionality that is coming. I can't tell you what it is yet, but just get excited because we're going to go beyond just creating a live feed. There's a lot of more things coming up. If you're a gamer, be on the lookout because potentially in Q3 you're going to be able to start doing gaming through live stream at Fanbase as well. So again, just the start of a really exciting roadmap for us starting in a couple of weeks, and I hope you're excited as well. I know we've been talking about this for a very long time. This has been a pretty robust increment that took us longer than we thought, but it's coming up in a few weeks. All right. With that said, I see a lot more people coming in. What's going on, guys? I know I started earlier. Don't hate me. I wanted to start early because I am going to have to leave early. So I want to make sure we had enough time for me to share what's going on and see if you guys had any questions, feedback, and so on. So I'm going to go into the chat room that is always popping up. What's up? So, Rama, why won't links work in regular posts? That's intended. We had several conversations, and I always say the same. The fact that we're not doing something doesn't mean that we're not going to change it in the future. We are flexible, and at the end of the day, we're trying to drive the business and give you visibility. The more you monetize, the more we monetize. But we did decide not to allow hyperlinks on posts quite yet. There's a lot of considerations. There's security. There's also, other things. But again, I'm not saying that we won't allow them in the future. But I just want to let you know that that's not an issue itself, but it's a decision we made as a company. Okay. So one of the things, Tavia, thanks for the feedback. One of the questions that Tavia asked is, why can I archive my post or have draft? Okay. And I hate starting when I accidentally hit the back button. And I'm assuming that might be for Flix, right? So in Q2, one of the things we're going to start working on is what we call profile improvements. And even though we're talking about profiles themselves, we're talking about giving you tools where you can manage and improve the way your profile looks. And that will also involve being able to manage posts, archive, and so on. We're going to start from the basics because we haven't touched profile in a very long time. And then we're going to extend that roadmap throughout Q2 and Q3. Okay. So we are looking at some of those pain points. We do want to start giving you more flexibility as far as how you manage your posts and how you present them. And so that's coming up for sure. What's up, Kyle? I caught you off guard starting earlier, right, Kyle? For those who don't know, Kyle is our growth marketer here at Fanbase. He always helps moderate the chat room. What's going on? All right. Can we go live from our desktop? Not yet, but you will. And that's what I was mentioning. We don't have live on web yet. It's one of the verticals we don't have, but we're going towards that with the next increment. Okay. Right now it's mobile only. Fanbase store. Ooh, I like the things that you guys are asking. So I'm gonna take a more generic approach to what you ask about the store. So Part of the reason, and if you didn't know, we're in the middle of a race, a regular race. We're trying to raise $17 million, and a lot of that money is going to go towards product development because we have some really disruptive ideas that I think is going to really support a lot of the content creators. And one of those is e-commerce integration. So we're hoping that as the race progresses, we're doing well, but obviously we want to raise this money as soon as possible. We will be able to start tackling more of these advanced integrations, such as e-commerce and so on, so we can give you that, okay? So I always like when you guys ask these questions because, what it might seem that we're not considering, we are considering, and obviously we're got to be strategic of what we prioritize, and also we're still a very small team, and we're hoping, with the race that we're having going on, and I'll pin the link so you can see where you can participate or find out more about the race. But we're hoping we're going to be able to grow infrastructure, be able to automate a lot of things that we are not able to automate today, and that will allow us to start tackling more and larger increments as well. Okay. Yeah, Kyle. The next. It's crazy right now, but I think it's going to get crazier in a good way. It's going to get crazier as the race progresses and as we come up with all these increments. Things are going to get crazier and crazier, which is a good thing for Fanbase. What's going on, Damon? What about allowing us to charge for videos independently, like selling digital content on the platform? Interesting. So like a pay-per-view type thing. So one of the reasons why, at Fanbase you have two main revenue avenues. One is the subscription, which everyone knows. If you want to see all the exclusive content from a specific user, you can subscribe and you'll be able to see that. Then we have the lab, which is our digital currency. And the lab kind of works like that. You are actually allowed to, let's say that you go to a content creator that you like one piece of exclusive content. You don't like all of the exclusive content the creator creates. You're able to unlock that specific content with a certain amount of labs. Okay, so in some way, the pay-per-view that you're recommended, it exists in Fanbase today in the sense that when you create exclusive content, does not mean that only those that subscribe will be able to see it. If someone wants to see that piece of content only, they can unlock it with labs, and you're actually making money out of that. Now, I will say that one of the things we'll be implementing, or to better say, open it up to the entire user base, is what we call the dynamic subscription price. For those that have been around for a while, we've been piloting allowing creators to choose their subscription price from $2.99 all the way to $99.99. That has been on a per basis. We've been looking at insights, seeing what works, what doesn't work, and we're going to be eventually bringing this to everyone. Why do I mention this? Is because when your subscription price changes, it also changes the amount of labs that are required to unlock a specific piece of content, right? So if you have a subscription price that is $99.99, when someone wants to unlock a specific piece of content, they obviously will not be paying the same amount of labs that someone who has a subscription price of $4.99. Makes sense? So I'm saying this because the pay-per-view for individual content exists today in Fanbase, and when we bring the dynamic subscriptions, those amounts will change depending on the level of subscription that the creator will have. Okay, so hopefully I answered the question. But again, I don't discard in the future. There might be other monetizations that will be closer to the pay-per-view type thing. Okay. All right. What's going on? I see DJ Swag with the Drip Your HBCU. We have a few weeks left for that challenge. We're seeing a lot of people starting to participate. Exciting. I like that. Yeah, I'm looking. I see a lot of. We're starting to see a lot of HBCU alumni and also HBCU students join the platform, which is exciting as well. For those that didn't know, we did actually a partnership with Propel, which is Apple's non-profit organization. Propel works with every single HBCU in the country, and through that, we started doing a challenge for all HBCU schools called Drip Your HBCU, with some great prizes. So if you want to check it out, go to fanbase.app/Drip your HBCU, and you'll be able to see some details, but maybe that's why you're seeing a lot of HBCU conversations going on in Fanbase right now. Let me go ahead and before I continue answering some of the questions, I want to pin the link to the race. I know a lot of you have participated in some of the audio rooms that we've done with Isaac, but I still wanted to put it here because, well, when when things get asked and, is there a way we can have this and we can have that, we obviously have a roadmap, but this race that we're currently doing is going to be super important for the product itself. So if you go to startengine.com/fanbase and put it there, you're going to be able to, there we go. All right. So while I talk, you can always go there and check more and see what's going on. All right. So let me see if there's any other questions before I talk a little bit about what's coming up. Have you thought about a way to have an icon next to the profile picture to recognize a new camera for? Yeah, you know what? DJ Swag, this was brought up before, and I think it's a great idea. I'm a big believer of crowdsourcing introductions or onboarding to the platform. We have some, I always say, we have some great super users in Fanbase that they've been around for a while. They're very welcoming. They go into the audio rooms. They walk people through. And I think something like that could definitely help and crowdsource that welcoming, right? If you see someone that is new, reach out, say, hey, let me show you the platform and so on. So I like that idea. It was brought before. I wrote it down, but again, with the many million things, I never look back to it. So I like it. I appreciate bringing it up. All right. Can we get in-house QR codes for our Fanbase profiles? Eventually, I think you can. One of the things we want to do is we want to find ways to empowering sharing your profile, sharing Fanbase, sharing your content. And with that sharing comes some technicality, which is we want to make sure we can also understand if what you're sharing is working and bringing you what you're looking from it. And maybe in that attempt or in that effort, we can look into QR codes. I know QR codes are something that people are used to scanning and boom. So the generation of QR codes is not a hard thing to do. We just want to make sure that it makes sense. And before doing that, we make sure that the sharing is tracked properly. So definitely. That's a good one on the other app. How's that? We need to spell check and check them yesterday. All right, great ideas, guys. I like it. All right, I'm going to share a little bit of the roadmap and some of the other things that are coming up soon. And again, I apologize today. I will have to cut it short because we're about to onboard and head back to ATL. So let's talk a little bit about Q2. We obviously already started. I can't believe that it's already May. It's crazy. I feel like it was yesterday when I was first saying we're starting with Q2 increments, but we're already, the first month is over. And we're still, making great progress. Obviously, the live stream that is coming up is an increment that we had from Q1. And also, we still have the feed refactor that we're hoping to have it ready by Q1, but we're finishing it, and it's going to be hopefully done by end of May, okay? But besides that, there's many other great things that are coming. If you are from another region that is not United States, Canada, Australia, and UK, we are going to open up the ability to get paid just like everyone else does. For those that are in those regions that I just mentioned, you can connect your debit card or bank account just by simply going to your settings in your profile, while everyone else in other regions are not able to. Well, we're not able to do it. We're changing that. And we're changing that. So if you have area, or if you are in, Egypt, whatever it is, you will be able to cash out once you get the minimum, which is $25, and we're excited. I mentioned that in the past few days, we've been having a big stream of signups from other regions as well, so I thought it was important to mention that is coming as well. Once we finish the feed refactor, we will be bringing a lot of really important increments, and some of the ones that you guys been asking for some time. I know you've been asking for carousel, being able to, put several images and videos in one post. We're also going to be improving the main feed as far as the type of content that you're seeing and going beyond following as well. And that's also going to help us with new user experiences. And I always say this, some people are like, well, I'm an existing user. Why do I care that you're trying to improve the experience for new users? Well, because our goal is to always try to bring the most relevant, the relevant word is very important, visibility to your content that we can. And to do that, we got to make sure that when people land into Fanbase, they land and they have relevant content presented to them. They have relevant connections that they want to connect. They want to have conversations. So, improving the new user experience is definitely something that can have a positive effect across the entire platform for everyone. And, you keep building community, the community grows. There's more opportunity for monetization and so on. So the feed refactor, as technical as it sounds, definitely is going to be unblocking a lot of things that we're going to be bringing up for the rest of the quarter. I did mention this last week, and I know it's a big tease, but we are bringing 3 new monetization increments this quarter. We're not bringing a new vertical, don't worry. It's all happening within our current environment, but some of the things that you currently do, you're going to be able to start making money out of it. And we're super excited about that. In fact, one of them we finished refining last week. I looked at it, and you guys are going to love it, especially those that are audio super users. All right. Let me see. Oh, I see, Tim. I was just wanting to chat. I'll bring you up before I leave, Tim. I don't want you to get jealous. Especially now that you actually put your profile picture back. All right. Let me see. We have so many things going on in Q2 and Q3. I want to see if something else. And again, sometimes I might repeat myself by sharing what is coming up, and sometimes I might say new things. The thing is, we have a pretty big list, and at the same time, I got to be strategic of what I can share and what I can share, because we have a lot of people listening, even those that don't have an account, because we have audio on web, which means that anyone just through the browser can listen to this conversation. So I welcome you. If you're a Fanbase user, please click on the download through the iOS or Google Play Store and come and join the community. You'll be able to participate in the room, chat room, and so on. Okay. All right, let's take a look at the chat room, and then I'll bring some of you up. Tim has a profile picture. I know. Tim, I'm going to bring you up if you, let me see. If new replis will be retroactive for subscribers. I'm not sure I understood that. I'm going to bring Tim up. Let me see. Let me see, I understand the question. I'm going to bring Tim, and then we're going to bring Talia. Let's start with Tim. What's going on, Tim?
So Ram, I was about to tell Cal to pull his key fob card out because you wouldn't let me up, but but no, Cal is cool. He dropped some news on us in the marketing room the other day, and he told me to just kind of confirm to make sure that everything was on the up and up from a technical perspective. So the question I posed was, I guess for May. What month this is? I'm getting my months mixed up. But the next 2 months, you all going to be giving 100% love and subscriptions to creators. So I wanted to know, assuming that
you already announced that? Where did y'all get that from?
Come on now, Ronald. Don't tell me y'all not on the same page. But he dropped that in the marketing meeting yesterday, and I wanted to say, well, what if a user already has subscribers? Will that particular announcement be applicable retroactively to previous subscribers? So I just wanted to confirm with you because he wasn't 100% sure. So I just wanted to make sure, given that it's in-app purchase technology, I wanted to make sure that was possible technically.
Yeah. So when you say retroactive, you mean within the month? The answer is yes.
Well, what I'm saying is going to be applicable to previous subscribers, right? Not on new subscriptions, but previous subscribers as well. So, let's say, for instance,
everything that happens through the month. So if you have, if you have 100 subscribers and then you have 50 more subscribers that month, then the revenue split will be for that entire month for the 150 subscribers.
Sounds good. The other question I have, I think you answered it, but I wanted to make sure that I'm at least aware of it. You said that you're going to be rolling out some new monetization features. Is that exclusively to native, or is that going to be web?
The ones that we're going to be bringing are for native. For web, they're probably going to be coming in Q3 for native.
Sounds good, Ron. That's the only thing I have. Have a safe trip.
Thank you, team. Hey, Tavia, how are you?
Hey, Rongo. I'm not sure if you quite understood what I was kind of trying to say in the chat. And I don't know if I'm the only person that feels this way. So you guys, if you understand what I'm saying, give a check mark. So, like there's some people who have like digital content, like maybe it might be a how-to course or something like that. And so, I was thinking like, okay, you have the subscriptions, but the subscription, you might not want to place that how-to course or whatever it is, that digital content that you might be selling into the subscriptions, because the value of it is so much more than that just for that one video. So, I was thinking like maybe you can offer something where you have that platform, whether it's a store or whatever, where we can still sell digital products or even any of our products as well and price them accordingly. That makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. And I understood. I was just saying that even though we don't have exactly that, because that has to do with the e-commerce integration that I mentioned, you are able to somehow have a pay-per-view. But I understand basically having any type of digital or not, being able to put the price and say, I want to be able to sell this and so on. So I understood it, and I think that's part of the e-commerce integration that I mentioned. We have it in the roadmap and we're thinking about it. We're going to go beyond just that, but I'm hoping we're going to get to a place where we'll be able to give you exactly that.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. Great questions today. Appreciate it. All right. Well, I have a few more minutes, guys. I'm going to go into the chat room and see what's going on. Again, I apologize. Today's going to be shorter than usual. I'm traveling, heading back to ATL, but I still wanted to be here with you guys like I always am every Thursday. I want to make sure that you guys don't think that I'm leaving you. Let's see. Once we're able to go live from desktop, the whole game is going to change. Yeah, it will.
Oh, wait, one more thing. I'm sorry. Yeah. Before I forget. I noticed, like, I am new to fan base, but I noticed with like the audio rooms, I don't know if you guys are working on it, but is there a way that like we can save a room title instead of recreating and retyping in that title every single time we want to create a room?
Yeah. So one of the things that we're going to be bringing is obviously the scheduled rooms, where you won't really have to even type it again or even select it, right? But one of the small increments that we can do in between that, we're trying to, again, schedule it with all the many other things, is if you have, for example, for me, it happens every Thursday. I got to type exactly the same thing every Thursday. So I know what you're talking about, but we can do small things such as once you put a title to be available in the next time, so you can just select it rather than type it. So I think that's definitely a feasible increment that we can do before you even bring schedule room. So, yes. All right, let me go to the chat room. Also to read one. I think one of the new revenue streams will be live and audio chat comments and live to people in the audio audience. I want to say yes, and I want to say no. Oh my God, there it goes. iPhone batteries. There's the iPhone versus Android fight. I love it. Rama, are videos posted on Fanbase Plus searchable on popular search engines such as Google, Bing, etc.? They are. One of the things, you know what, I'm going to put Kyle on the spot. So Kyle, as a growth marketer, one of his OKRs is to make sure that we can have as much organic visibility as possible. And when we say we, I mean all of us, creators, profiles, content, So yes, it is searchable, but we're going to be improving that, because one thing is that they're searchable. The other thing is that they're optimized to be on the top, right? So I think we still need to do a little bit of work on the optimization, but they are searchable, okay? Carl's battery is weak. Oh my God. Yeah, don't mess up with Carl. I don't know if you ever seen Carl. He used to be a football player, so yeah, be careful. You're welcome. No problem. All right, guys. Well, I'm about to get called to on board. Again, I apologize that I'm cutting short. I'll promise you next week we'll have more time. Make sure you come with your questions. Just a brief summary. Tomorrow we're going live with the new version of TikTok and Instagram migration. So if you want to help us, the best thing you can do is let the world know, especially those TikTokers, that Fanbase is a new home for them. If they're worried about, all the effort they put in TikTok and how they monetize, and you want to give them a hand, just let them know about Fanbase. And we have a new migrator that is coming up tomorrow, and we welcome them, and let them know they can make money here as well. So that's coming up tomorrow. We started with Sprint 92 today, and we're finishing up live stream increment live on feed. So we're going to have a feed of lives, which I'm super excited. And that's hopefully coming in a few weeks. And I talked a little bit about the quarter itself. I talked about that we have 3 revenue increments that are coming up this quarter. Some of you are trying to guess, but you won't know until we get closer to it. I promise you I'll let you know. And we have many other things. Some great questions today we had about e-commerce. And I know that the marketing team kind of tease everyone about a campaign that is coming up very soon. So a lot of great things happening on Fanbase. Again, every Thursday at 5 p.m. I know I started earlier today, but at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, I'm here to remind you as well of other recurring audio rooms that are happening from the Fanbase team. Every Tuesday, we do the town hall where Isaac and myself, we talk about the ongoing race. I have the link on top of me where you can go and invest. And we also tell you a bit about the business, where we are, where we're going. Then on Wednesday, we have 3 audio rooms that are going on right now. 3 p.m., we have a new collective creative, an audio room for all content creators at 3 p.m. At 5 p.m., we have the marketing team. And then at 6 p.m., we have a Drip Your HBCU, some of our interns leading the audio conversation. And then Thursday, it's me. So again, I hope to hear you and see you guys next Thursday. If you want to share any feedback and you don't want to wait until Thursday, you can always shake your phone or email us at support@fanbase.app. We look at those pieces of feedback every single day. And I want to say thank you guys for all the great feedback and for being here. And we'll be talking next week. Have a great rest of the week. Take care. Bye-bye.